Is there some sort of mechanism to make sure that the poor over time did not remain poor indefinitely if it could be managed some other way?
Yes, absolutely. You have the 7 year limit on debt. After 7 years, the debt would be cleared. And of course, you had the year Jubilee. Every 50th year, any land that was lost due to debt or mismanagement would have to be returned to the family. So God had a built in mechanism to make sure that no family was ever estranged from their inheritance forever. And since the inheritance of land was the bedrock of the economy, that ultimately meant that no family was ever deprived permanently of their economic base.
Hmm. And were there consequences for those not fulfilling their obligations, particularly within their family, to those in need?
Yes, there were consequences, but it was basically, the covenant curse that
Hmm.
God would find them out. Um, there's not an awful lot of legislation that comes to mind right now in terms of uh, penalties for not taking care of your family member well
Yeah.
enough. Uh,
But you do see, I guess, this kind of leads into my next question, but you do see sentiment from Paul, particularly about how someone would have been viewed who did not care for their family members, particularly their aging parents. It just would have been
that's right.
abhorrent, right?
Yeah, you regard it as a Gentile, as an unbeliever.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was that kind of a uh, enforcement that was certainly functioning in Israel. The big problem in Israel was that once they came into the land of Canaan and they became prosperous, the prophets were busy cascading the people constantly about neglecting the widows, the poor, the Levites.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the major reasons for the exile, that Israel neglected the poor.